Our goal today in art is to trace lots of circles inside of circles using tracers and Sharpies. You can turn your paper horizontal or vertical, but write your name on the bottom right corner and write your class on the back. I accidentally wrote it on the front, but no big deal. At your table, you have lots of different sizes of circle lids. You're going to use these lids as tracers today. Starting with the largest circle first, I'm placing my hand in the center to hold it down so it doesn't move and tracing with the Sharpie. When you're tracing, try and make sure the tip of the marker is touching the lid, that way it follows the line all the way around. Here's a little Sharpie tip. If you draw really fast or really hard, it dries out the Sharpie. But if you control your Sharpie drawing slowly, the ink will come out much darker. Do you see the difference? Still using the circle template, I'm beginning to fill in all the spaces with circles. You can even overlap some of the circles. That means putting one on top of the other. I'm beginning to use the smaller circles to fill in some of the spaces. Create balance in our artwork. Try to make some of the circles in your artwork different. If you notice that after you trace, the Sharpie line doesn't come out very black, try to carefully put the stencil as close to the previous line as possible and try and trace again. I made a little beautiful oops in my artwork by tracing the circle too many times, but no big deal. I just decided to color it in and fix it and make it look like I did it on purpose. Oh man, another oops, but that's okay. We'll fix that next week with color. When you're finished with your artwork or at the end of art today, you're going to turn your artwork into your artwork folder. If you did not finish tracing your circles last time in art, no big deal, you'll have some time today. Our goal today is to fill in our circles with lots of color. Craftsmanship is a really big part of this project today, so let's make sure we're really looking and listening to how we should be using our markers. If you color with the marker really fast, it looks dried out and the color is not as bright. If you color slowly in the same direction, the color will look very, very bright and beautiful. If you notice that your marker is just dried out, then go over to the orange box where it says dried out markers, drop it off in there and grab yourself a fresh new marker. Using one color at a time, mindfully start coloring in the spaces of your circles. You'll notice that when Miss Chen is coloring, I'm coloring in the direction of a circle. I'm coloring in curved lines. I'm using one direction to color in, but I actually am changing the direction of my paper sometimes. It's sometimes easier to color this way if you turn your page as you go. This will take a lot of coloring, so I do not expect you to finish this step today. If you don't finish coloring today, no worries, we will have next week in art to work on coloring. Whether you're finished coloring or not, we're going to turn in our artwork into our artwork folder. If you did not finish coloring last week in art, you will have some time to do that today. After we're done coloring, our goal is to divide our paper into 4 pieces of paper, and we're going to rearrange how the artwork looks, similar to how Frank Stella did his style of artwork. To divide our paper into 4 sections, we're going to fold it in half and make sure we match it up corner to corner. Open your paper in half again and fold in half the other direction. You need a friend to help you with this step. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Using our scissors to nibble, 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 we're going to nibble along the folded lines we see on the back of our paper. After our artwork has been cut into 4 pieces, grab a white crayon from your crayon box and write your name on the bottom corner of your black paper and write your class on the back. Before we glue, we want to make sure we like where the 4 pieces of paper are laying together. Try to lay it differently from how it was originally created. Once you like how you've placed your 4 pieces of paper, go ahead and grab out your messy mat, open your glue box, and grab out your glue brush. When we dip our brush into the glue, make sure you always wipe. You don't want your artwork to be extra icky and sticky. Using your glue brush like a bunny, hop all the way around the edges of your paper, that means the sides of your paper, with the dots of glue. One piece at a time, flip the glue side down and then give it a good massage. That way, both pieces of paper can get to know each other. At the end of art, make sure your glue box is closed tight and your glue brush has been wiped off. Before you turn your artwork into your folder, double check that there's not any glue sticking out, because then it's gonna stick to your artwork folder or someone else's artwork, and we don't want that to happen. Here's a look at Ms. Chen's finished example.